Hello all, welcome to Cognitive Hub Databricks Tutorials. In this video, I am going to explain about how to import data from Delta Lake tables and what are all the different ways to do that. And obviously we know that one way to do that is using spark.sql, and we will be directly writing the SQL query inside the spark.sql functionality, and another way is using spark.table function which is present in the PySpark. So what is the major difference between those two syntaxes I am gonna explain in this video. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the table that we have. So the table that we have is weather info severeness. So this is the data that is present inside that table. So what we have is city name as San Antonio and temperature and severeness. So these are the three columns that we have. So what we are going to do is we are going to apply, or we are going to segregate some of the data, and we want to store it in some data frame, and we want to apply functionalities or the further functionalities only onto that data frame. So I'm not going to show the further functionalities there. So how we are going to import this table, and how we are separating that data frame into separate data frame, and how we are printing that till that part I am gonna show this in this video in each different method. Like one is using spark.sql and another one is using spark.table method. So as a first step, what we are doing is I'm gonna import the PySpark functionality here. I'm just writing Spark session importing. Similarly, I'm gonna import these functions as well, like the column functions. For the timing, I'm just importing the column. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a Spark variable here, Spark session dot builder class get out create method. So I'm executing these methods here. And now what I'm doing is, as I have already shown you, this is the table that we have. Now I am going to import this table using this spark.sql method as a first thing. So for the first thing, what I'm doing is df1. So what I'm doing is this is using the spark.sql. So spark.sql. So whatever the table that you have in the Delta Lake, you will directly write how you write the normal SQL query. So select star from develop dot weather info severeness. So I think this is the table name that we have. We have also R also in this. So I'm just writing the whatever the table name that we have there. If you want, you can directly copy the table name here and you can paste it here. This is the table name. So what I want to do is first of all I will show you how this is displaying. If I print this, so this is how you will directly import the table without any filters. But if you want to do some filters, you will just write the where conditions here. Suppose if you want only city name which contains San and San, then you will write like operator here. And just like how we will put the Java codes and all, you will just write how we usually write it in normal SQL. So if you write now, you will be only getting the cities with only city names here. And now what I am doing is, and I want severeness also high, so I am also including the severeness field for filtering. Severeness equal to high. If I execute it, I'm getting only one record here, because with that statement we have only one record available. So we are getting only one record. And similarly, if you want not like San and then severeness is high, you will be getting other set of data. So now if you want to apply based on whatever the filter that you want, you can directly apply in this query, and based on the data frame you can apply the further transformations on the data frame df1. So this is how you will normally use Spark SQL function with normal SQL query to import the data. But now I'm going to explain about how we are going to use this spark.table method to import the data, and how to filter the data based on the functionality, whatever the functionality that whatever the filters that we have provided here. So now I'm just writing it as df2 Similarly, spark.table. Here we are not writing any query here. We are just displaying whatever the table name that we have. We are just using that table name. And now we have this entire table name in the data frame. Now if I want to display df2, we will be having the entire table data of develop.weather info awareness in this df2 data frame. Now I want to apply some filters on this. So what I am doing is filter. So call of what column I need is city name. So city name, we have an operator known as we have a function known as like function on a to apply it on column name. Like, what we need is san, and I am printing it here. So if you see, we will be getting only 3 records here. Similarly, if I want to apply one more method here, we need to separate it by and call of severeness equal to high. Now if I run this, we will be getting only city with San Antonio and severeness is high. So what it is saying is, okay, it couldn't able to separate. So what we need to do is we will be separating it by parenthesis here for each condition. For each column function, for each method, for each condition, we need to separate it with the parenthesis here. So if you observe the data now, we will be getting only one record, which is exactly what we got in the above query as well. Now in the above query, what we did is where city name not like San, right? So here we did is city name like San. So now what we are doing is we want to apply not operator here. So not operator here is slide function, slide symbol here. So I just put it for the first function and then running it now. So we will be getting city name not like San and then severeness is high. So these are the 3 records that we got in the above output as well. So basically this is the major difference between importing the data from spark.sql as well as the spark.table functionality. So this is how we use the different, depending upon the scenario, we use these functionalities in our logic. So that's all for this video guys. Thank you for watching.